I hate the intros to all content to make it look like they just caught us walking in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm mic'd up.
Ridiculous.
It's like the third take.
Yeah, and this is the homie, so it's kind of like, we've been here already.
Ooh, we're just walking in. How did you catch us, cameraman? Like, no, it's planned. This is how you just start content.
Word.
Coo, coo! This is the Suburbs.
Gotta let us know we in here, though. We in here.
There's a doorbell.
What's up, man?
What's up with you, man? How you feeling? Good?
I feel blessed, man.
Are these registered?
Let's not talk about it, man.
Just watch my ops team up, y'all better believe. Y'all better believe. Look, y'all better believe. Yeah, I'm just a young, dirty bastard, plastic. I'm going off weed and acid, magic. My mind is doing backflips, gymnastics. All my albums classic. All these fake rappers, they stay capping about a whole lot of shit that ain't happen. Middle finger plus thumb, cause I stay snapping. They fronted on me, I made backing. 600, I made backing. Baby, we ain't in the same bracket. They ride.
What's up, fam? So we finally got here, man. Finally here. Cali.
Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked to have y'all right here in my kitchen, man. This is incredible.
Listen, man, I've been trying to get out here for a while. We finally here. Newly engaged, first of all. Congrats.
It's a blessing, man.
Congrats on that. Congrats on that.
We flew economy, middle seat, all the way here.
Yeah, to come rock with you.
At least you could fit in it, fam, so you good.
I see you got some stuff in here that I can't do this, but I can do that.
All right, so let's start with this.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this first. Let's do this first.
A rapper pouring me wine and lamb chops. I feel like an IG honey.
Well, you can tell he's a classy guy. This guy
Don't
is...
make me pull out the hookah, man.
He's a classy guy.
You know how to get me started.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, my brothers, man.
Definitely, definitely. Ooh, see, it tastes different when you got money.
Yeah, this is
man.
This isn't the Boone's Farm.
This is opulence.
Pulled this one out special for you guys.
Yeah.
Maul says you can cook.
You know, Belly is he's a cook.
Chef.
Yeah.
A chef. Yeah, he can really.
You know, I've been on my own since a young age, man. Mm-hmm. The first 2 years I started cooking, I was burning everything.
Yeah.
Because the first few times I cooked, I almost poisoned myself. Like chicken would be raw. You know what I mean? I was just learning things on the way.
Okay.
And then, eventually I just got the hang of it,
So everything's self-taught? Is it?
It is. Like I learned stuff from obviously my mom. My mom's an amazing chef, and just different people along the way. And I got something where like if I taste something, like I want to make it.
Okay.
It's not like I want to ask you what's in it.
Yeah.
I want to be like, nah, I could do that. You know what I mean?
I'm mad because I'm vegan now. I can't do the lamb chops, but
Sorry,
I can watch.
It's cool, man. I got you some hummus and carrots, man. You'll be good.
You'll be great.
This is my guy.
I think
Take care of me,
Mediterranean
man.
vegan diet.
chops over here.
Mediterranean vegan
Take
diet.
care of me, man. Take care of me, man.
Yes, sir.
So where are these lamb chops from?
These lamb chops is from the farm.
Okay, so these aren't Seatown lamb chops. They don't need to be overly seasoned.
Nah, it's just it's a massacre outside in the backyard here. This is grown on a
Yeah, this is farm to table.
property. Yeah,
Farm to table.
Farm to table, exactly.
Well, I hope that does not offend you as a vegan.
No, man. I know I miss lamb chops. I miss it, but I'm gonna just watch my guys and I just want to watch Belly do what he do, man. Like that's just it's fly to me when guys know how to cook. It sends a message like we'll be okay if the women decide I'm not cooking tonight. You know what I mean? It sends that type of message.
Honestly, man, in this crib, my fiance got some dope recipes that she knows, but most of the time she works crazy hours. So I'm the one that cooks, And to me, this is my second therapy. Writing music.
Okay.
And then,
it's a process, it's steps.
I feel like every adult should know how to cook though. Like,
absolutely.
Forget your gender. If you're an adult, you should be able to survive.
But it's just, see, with Belly is funny because I know his raps. I know his lyrics. So it's like when I'm hearing your lyrics and you talking that talk, and then you just see him seasoning lamb chops. It's like, what is this guy doing, man?
There's a lot of kitchen bars.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of cooking bars. A lot of cook up.
It's just because the era, man, that we came from. It's like they, even the guys we looked up to, it was like they had to hold a certain standard of like grittiness. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think like over time, we everybody kind of learned. There's so many sides, to a person, man or woman. Like it's so, especially to us, men. It's like so many sides where, yeah, you know, you could come off with the tough shit and be on the song because if it came down to it, you know, you're gonna do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
But at the same time,
but you can take care of
but at the same time, I can make some Brussels sprouts, man.
You can take care of
and at the same time, I could show love and loyalty, and I can you know, have real love relationships and fail and succeed and write about that. You know what I mean? Don't always got to be about one thing. And that's like, you know, we're also like multifaceted. It's like you might as well talk about everything.
Yeah.
You know?
No, this is dope, man. This is a fly. Like knowing how to really cook that's a bar. That's fly.
Thank you, man.
That's definitely fly.
Thank you.
I know you're engaged now, but at one point, maybe when you're recording her or in the past, was this a go-to move for you? Anytime a dude could cook, he just start cooking out of nowhere.
You know,
when chicks is around, it's
you know
like
what?
we could come from dinner and the dude that could cook, we're all, yo, why are you making a whole nother steak, bro? We just came from a restaurant.
I definitely use that as a tool, but it was something that it was like I kept it. Like it's not like I'm just gonna.
You
cook
didn't abandon it, yeah.
It's not. I'm not gonna cook for anybody. You know what I mean? It was almost like it had to be something.
Yeah.
Most of the time, me and the homies just get together and make food. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was more of that.
And you can sing, the cheat code of singing and cooking for a chick.
Right.
I don't like it. I'm hating.
Cheat code, singing, cooking. Belly got this is like a whole process now. He got sauces he wants to make for the lamb chop, and this is just like.
Lamb chops, this is another one that was self-taught, or is this a family recipe too?
I actually had lamb chops at a restaurant. I was like, yo, these are pretty good, but I want to make them my way and see, you know? And when I made them my way, it was kind of like the gift and the curse. I'll go places, I can't even eat restaurant lamb chops no more.
You know, like, it's not what you do.
Yeah, I just worked with it for a while until I got it to where I like it. You know what I mean? So you guys are getting the refined recipe right here.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pour me a little more of this.
Go ahead, man. We got lots of it. Richie!
Yeah, Rich.
What up? Yeah. That's my brother Rich right here. Yes, sir.
Peace,
yes,
Rich.
sir.
What's up, family?
You know,
Good?
it's one half of the animals right here. They produce probably like 75% of my shit too.
Yes,
so
sir.
Also a musician chef.
Musician chef, I like that.
A music chef.
A music chef. You're a music chef, Rich.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's get into
All right,
this.
yeah, come on, let's go. All right, so you gotta definitely wash this right here.
Let's go.
And then get these lamb chops up here.
So what's this you making? Like a
So hold on, just because you vegan, you can't touch meat, pause?
No, I can touch it. Pause. You know what I mean? I can pause. That's crazy.
Mo's not that type of vegan. He wears fur coats.
Yeah. Like I'll throw a good leather on.
Yeah, he doesn't care about animals. He just.
No, I love it. Don't do that. I love animals. Don't do that. Love animals. But I already know, man. This is like one of my favorite. My mom's used to make these lamb chops. Oh my goodness.
You got a favorite spot in Toronto for lamb chops?
Yeah, his house.
Yeah, probably my house, man. In Toronto, I think like a lot of the best food is like, you know, the Jamaican food and Persian food is really good in Toronto.
I've had some great Indian food.
We got good Italian food, Indian food. You know, it's like a lot of the
Toronto's one of my favorite food
cultural
cities.
Yeah, Toronto's
foods of the
definitely
world, you know?
the top 3 city of mine. I love Montreal too, though. Love Montreal.
Montreal's legend, man.
Yeah, I love Montreal. But Toronto's a different vibe for sure. Toronto's more what we like.
You could literally get around the whole world on one block when it comes to restaurants.
Yeah.
Like the type of food in Toronto is insane.
This is dope, man. Belly just write dope rhymes, make lamb chops. He has great wine. It's like, who is this guy, man?
Man, just trying to be the best me.
No, listen, brother. You on the right.
You know, wine. Everything got a story with me, man. Because you know, I'm a storyteller type of rapper too.
For sure, absolutely.
So for me, when you look at everything, it's like the wine is because I quit hard liquor. I don't drink hard liquor no more. So now it's just weed, wine, and psychedelics. I don't do hard drugs or drink hard liquor no more. So. You know, these are the ways that I kind of just move myself away from certain shit.
Right.
And then I just found out how refined the shit really is. So much better.
Right.
You know, so that's what I'm on.
Yes, it's tough to be a connoisseur of vodka. Like, you could really get into wine and appreciate it. Like, there's some art to wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
It's a little different once you get into the wine game. Yeah, I started thinking back. Every fight I ever had was with hard liquor, not with wine. It's just
Never.
better going
wine
into
is
your
just a
older
different.
age.
It's a different frequency. You operate on a different frequency.
It's a high more than a drunk.
Yeah, when you
Exactly.
sip wine.
Exactly.
Like,
It never takes you over the top.
yeah, if you
That's
see
the thing.
somebody overly aggressive off wine, it's like, okay, you just have issues. You know what I mean? Like it's something.
That's anger, sir.
Yeah, it's
Those are
something-
demons you need to.
Right.
to
We're,
meet.
we're sipping Chardonnay. Relax.
Let's get some of these out for the compound butter.
Okay, so Rich got the garlic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So as a white person, I'm not used to seeing this. You put stuff on the meat
Yeah,
before you
this
cook
is
it?
called seasoning.
Okay.
Rory.
No, this is all new to me.
Yeah, this
great.
is seasoning. This is
Yeah. My language is bahad.
I like
We're
that.
doing the baharat right now.
You know what I'm saying? You see how they crack that pepper on top of that like that, Rory?
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar. Usually we just take the meat and just throw it right on the grill.
Yeah, but
Right in the fire.
Don't clean it.
Yeah,
don't do
nah,
nothing.
nothing. Just go ahead,
don't
turn
even
it-
defrost it.
Yeah.
It'll defrost for the grill.
Yeah, throw it in there. It'll defrost when you digest it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so Rich got the garlic going. So what's this? Green pepper?
That's an Anaheim pepper.
Anaheim pepper.
Yeah, it's like a level down from a jalapeno,
Okay. So that's gonna give it that kick.
so it's not gonna be as hot, you know.
Okay. This is dope, man. This is dope. So Rich is the music chef. So you
Yes,
didn't tell
sir.
me that the other night, man. You didn't tell me you know how to get down
We be
on
humble,
this type
you know
of
what I
board
mean?
too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, you know what I mean? I learned a lot from Belly at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Every time I seen him throw down, I'm always like, I'm always in the corner trying to pick up whatever I
Right.
can pick up, you feel me?
That's dope. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to learn from each other, push each other, still sharp and still.
Absolutely, brother.
Has there been a specific dish that reminds you of each of your projects? Like some you guys were eating specifically while creating that?
Shit, man, my projects remind me of steak tartare.
For real. Prime rib. This guy can cook a crazy tenderloin, man, I'm telling you. Tenderloin, any kind of steak, man, Belly got it on lock for sure. Wait till you have one of them.
Yeah, so this is like, see, Rory, this is very intricate in our culture. If we mess up this step, we can mess up the entire dish. You know what I mean? This is very intricate. Very intricate.
Yeah, no, we would have been at the table by now.
Dinner served already?
The lamb chops would have been boiled already.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Boiled potatoes, boiled lamb chops,
That's disgusting.
little corned beef and cabbage,
Dinner served.
ready to go.
Yeah, see, I gotta get this down. I know I can cook some things, but I gotta really, really learn dishes, like full meals. And that's what I wanna do. I thought about taking a culinary class
No,
at one
like
point.
Belly was saying, as far as cooking goes, the therapeutic part of that shit, it's one of the most calming things on earth. It's preparing food, cooking food, serving food.
For sure.
Yeah, there's a joy in it.
Listen to shit while you're cooking, whether that be fucking audiobooks, music, podcasts. Like, cooking is literally like yoga and meditation to some degree.
Facts.
See, Belly's not letting anything go to waste, Rory. This is called shake. That's the shake on the cutting board. He's getting the shake in the hood. The shake is at
What
the
are
end of
these,
the
what are
bag,
these white
usually.
and black flakes here?
That's not Coke. That's salt. You know what I
He said
mean?
that's not
Pepper,
Coke.
You know what I mean? There's just spices.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? This is a very intricate step. You know what I mean? And he cutting his garlic up. You know what I mean?
Make sure.
He ain't cutting it like Remo, but it's close. You know what I'm saying?
No razor.
Yeah,
no razor,
you gotta
you
get the
know?
razor like Remo. Damn, this looks so good already. I know what this shit gonna taste like.
Yeah, it's gonna be something legendary. All right, so these, it's not quite time yet.
Y'all gonna sit.
We gotta let some other things cook
Other things
first.
happen?
You know, yeah.
Okay.
That's good, Rich. That's a good amount. It's probably even too much.
And then this, we could just probably wrap though.
Exactly. Perfect.
Yeah, don't let nothing go to waste. See, Belly got, what's that? 8 eyes on his stove. What's that, 6 or 8? That's when you know you're dealing with a real cook.
New York City electric stove.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You can put a lot of
Four
three
joints?
pans on there, oven going.
Man, his oven got an oven.
His oven got an oven.
His oven got an oven. This man oven crazy.
That's the dessert oven. That look like the pies and stuff going there.
You know what's crazy? I got one of them digital ovens that does everything for you. Like literally sends you shit to your phone.
Tesla make that?
Like I couldn't even use that shit. And I was like, Bravo or some shit. I couldn't even use that shit. I was like, nah, this is like
That's a little too much.
it's a cheat code. It's
Yeah,
like I like to be here watching
Yeah,
everything. You know
that's
what I
a
mean?
little too much. Don't send me an alert telling me
Yeah,
the pie's
nothing's
done.
made with love that way.
Yeah, no.
Listen, I just started to trust the reverse camera on my car. I wouldn't trust some oven to cook my shit. Yeah, I still gotta make sure that shit is over there.
For
I
sure.
feel you, man.
For sure. So this is an Anaheim pepper.
Yes, sir.
So when you cooking and you preparing food like this, do you also think of like music and lyrics or is it just your mind is right here, right now?
I guess that's like the gift and the curse with writing music in general is like everything turns into music.
Right.
Everything, you know? I even learned to turn like the most painful moments in my life. Like you guys ever seen Dewey Cox? Walk
Absolutely.
Hard?
Classic.
Remember, and she's like, don't you turn this into a song, Dewey.
Right.
That's my life, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's like the gift and the curse. It's hard for me to be present sometimes in those moments, even when they're like really powerful moments.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm already trying to figure out the way to express it
Create the art,
poetically.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like finding a balance now.
But off that Dewey example, have you ever felt there were certain things you couldn't say just because it may compromise the privacy of a family member or significant other or a friend?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you ignore those feelings and kind of, I'll explain it to you later, this is my art type of shit, or?
To a degree, you know what I mean? If like to me, I only do that. I don't like when people do it to get a reaction or to make people go, wow, like he's introspective. Like if I do it, I'm really sending a message to that person and there's no other way for me to reach them no more.
Okay.
Got
And I
you.
feel like
Okay.
through songs, I've been able to reach, certain people that we felt like we had grudges or rivalries or whatever. And they'll
Gotcha.
hear a certain line and just hit me like, yo,
Yeah.
So
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I miss you, bro, or whatever the case, but the whole thing
that's
was,
dope.
you know what I mean?
That's what it's for.
But I'll never just do it just for the sake of a click or like a listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Never doing that.
Yeah.
Never doing
When you
that.
get into writer mode though, are you pulling from your experiences or are you trying to become that artist that you're writing for?
For me, writer mode is like is embodying who I'm writing for. Sure.
So that's never become pulling from a personal experience and all right, someone else is gonna sing it, so no one can get mad at me. It's not really coming from me.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there to like compliment what's going on. I'm not one of them people that goes in there and tries to take over the session, like because then it's not that artist's song. And, their real fans will feel it. Be like, doesn't even feel like that person. I walk into a session and I'm trying to see what your world is, and I'm gonna come in with, what I think I can complement that with.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to come in and take over.
Yeah.
It's a belly session now. Let's go. Like,
Let me tell you
nah.
about my life.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd rather just base everything on the person I'm with and like even their energy. Are they down? Are they up? You know what I mean? What type of music they want to make. It's all about the artist I'm working with. That's why even like to discuss the songwriting thing, I'm sure you guys have heard me say it, is like, I don't like to even discuss it because I feel like a lot of people that misunderstand what, artists do and stuff like that, they'll want to like scoop the credit over to me. You know what I mean? When it's like I've experienced sessions where I was literally just kind of like the inspiration, like, yo, this guy's witty, so I want to see what he thinks about this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of times it's like, yo, a lot of these artists is really, I'm not gonna work with a manufactured artist. Like a lot of these artists is really writing them going crazy. You know what I mean? So it makes what I do so much easier to come in and just be like, all right, here's some witty shit.
Just punching up certain parts.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I get it.
And a lot of times that's what it's been. So that's why I don't even really, talk about it. It's probably the most in-depth that I've talked about it because, again, it's like it's not even my world.
Right.
It's like,
Well, so many fans just think if you say, yo, they have a writer, or yo, I looked at the credits and it's this person, they think the writer came in with a whole note sheet and said, here you go, this is how you sing it, here's the beat, and that person just went in there and was like, all right, what do I do? Which is never the case. Like, it's such a collaborative
those
process
days are
with
over.
those types of things.
It's over. Like,
Yeah.
and like, it's exactly what you're saying. Maybe in the 90s, we could have been like, okay, cool, there's these manufactured pop artists from step one to the last step. Cool, there's been that, you know? But nowadays, it's like, nobody's even gonna invest the money into that without seeing some type of reaction or something going on. So really, it's whatever you did for yourself that's gonna get you in the door.
Right.
So it's not even the same game no more, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can feel the manufacturing now when you can tell, like, oh yeah, the A&R brought this into the studio.
For sure.
She sang this hook.
For sure.
100%.
They tried to put some verses together. This don't even sound like her. Yeah, the consumer's the smartest they've ever been. They can call bullshit pretty quick.
Well, you know when they got involved, once something loses that heart and soul,
Oh yeah.
once you hear an artist that you love and they're like, man, this shit is so, this shit hits me. And then like, oh, they signed a big deal. And then it loses that, you know exactly what happened. We don't even gotta say it.
Exactly.
We all know. You want to get this, the garlic going?
Yeah.
Just just use the little pan for the garlic.
This is a machine, right? This ain't even a stove. Shit look like RoboCop.
All right, so what we've done so far here. Look, salt and pepper. That's all you put on, some good cuts of meat. That's all you gotta put on it. Salt, pepper, and cook it well. So that's what we're getting ready to do. This is gonna chill right now because we're about to make a compound butter with some garlic.
Butter.
Yeah, with some garlic, some thyme, and then we'll put that in the fridge. We'll get the vegetables in the oven to start blistering.
Okay. Blistering.
Yeah, and then we can start with the lamb chops.
I've never made vegetables blister.
Yeah.
I see why you're a rapper.
Yeah.
Never used that adjective.
Trust me, man. This is really. It's all easy stuff, but when you use good raw materials and good fresh food, you don't need to go crazy.
Right. Keep it simple.
Yep. I keep everything simple.
Keep it simple.
Now with the lamb chops, do you usually broil them and then sear them, or
I just
straight pan?
I sear them and then I let them bake.
Bake?
Wow. I let them bake around 300 for like 10 minutes, especially when they're thick cuts like this. Right, because we want to get them to like a good like medium. That's what I. How do you like them?
I like them well done, black. I'm fucking with you.
done.
Medium rare.
Don't do this to me.
I would never do that. I would never do that. I've been joking. I have some
You might
class.
as well
I
be
know how to
vegan
cook.
at that
Yeah,
point,
right.
man. For real.
Yeah. No, medium rare, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
But lamb chops, for the most part, I do like medium. Medium rare, I'll do steak. Lamb chops, I don't know. I don't really like
same.
medium rare.
Same.
So.
Dope.
Aurora, you gotta be really honest about this. I know we're in Belly's house. You wanna be respectful.
I mean,
He has guns on the wall, so I know that might add
he
to.
told me they were registered.
Yes, they are. Registered guns, but they're on the wall nonetheless. So we gotta be honest. You gotta give our honest opinion about the lamb chops.
When was the last time you told someone their cooking was trash, though?
The last time I told somebody their cooking was trash,
I need to hear this.
it's been a few years. Because you kind of, as you get older, you can kind of tell through conversation who can cook. Like, women can't fool you anymore. Like, you know what I mean? After a certain age, it's like...
You can only cook me chicken Alfredo so many times.
Yeah, and I hate chicken Alfredo.
I feel you, man.
I hate
I don't know why
chicken
spaghetti is like the go-to thing when people are like, I can cook.
Every
chicken
chick.
Alfredo, it just feels like it's been in someone's mouth before. Like, once you eat it, it feels like, yo, this was...
I don't think I'm ever gonna eat that shit again in my life.
Yeah, it just feels, it's like this, the texture.
Well, no, sometimes she goes crazy and makes shrimp Alfredo instead.
Yeah, oh, that's when she's feeling frisky. That's when she's like really, really...
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. Shrimp Alfredo for you tonight.
Chicks is so trash at trying to seduce you with cooking.
With bum food? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. I'm not eating no more Alfredo. Look at Richie, you know what I'm saying? Look, that's years. It takes years to get to that level right there.
Wrist.
You can flip
Yeah,
the
so
garlic
what-
like that. You know what I mean? Come on, man. He could shoot dice. I could tell.
That's right.
I could tell he could shoot dice.
No, anytime you got the
Richie's from New
paintbrush,
York, man.
That's
you
right.
you cook different with the
You from New
paintbrush.
York?
Yes, sir.
What part?
Bronx.
Where at?
Shit. Castle Hill. Like, you know, Castle Hill. I got family in over by Grand Concourse now.
Oh, that's my hood. I'm from Fordham.
I used to live over by Co-op City when I was younger, you know what I mean? Like I was born in DR, and then when my family immigrated, that's where I found myself. Castle Hill, Co-op City area, you know what I mean?
That's dope. Yeah, that's all my area, man. Castle Hill, Fordham,
That's right, yeah.
Concourse, you know what I mean? Like all over the Bronx, man.
I don't really like how dudes in the Bronx say so many neighborhoods like they're good everywhere. Like, oh no, I could be over on Gun Hill. I'm good.
No.
I'm good on
Don't
Hunts
get it
Point.
twisted. There's certain areas of the Bronx I know not to go to.
Everybody in the Bronx start naming every single neighborhood.
Nah,
ever.
not me. I'm very aware. Like certain areas, I'm like 3rd Avenue. I'm cool. Just not going. We can be somewhere else.
I like the Dr. J's over there.
Yeah. I'm not going over there though. Definitely not going to 3rd Avenue.
Toronto reminds me of New York to some degree. With certain.
It's like a cleaner New York.
Clean in New York, right? The streets are just cleaner.
There's so much ethnicity there and so much culture too. Like first time I ever went up there, coming from a city like New York, I was like, man, there's like
Yeah.
a lot of brown people, a lot of like, you know what I mean?
A lot of culture in
A
Toronto.
lot of culture, which was real cool to see, you know?
Yeah, like Scarborough remind me of like if they just left Queens to be the suburbs in the whole borough.
Scarborough?
Yeah.
I got family like all the way out though, like Whitby. We used to go to the Markham Fairgrounds. Like I used to be in Toronto for real, bro. Like for real.
Listen, man, I've dated only but
I grew up in Ottawa, man. I didn't really go to Toronto until my like late teens.
Okay.
That's when I was in Toronto. Really, I grew up in Ottawa, and that's really like what built me, like what gave me. You know what I mean? Like where I really saw shit. And you know, by the time I went to Toronto, you know, the first crib I had in Toronto was a penthouse. You know what I mean? So it's not. You know what I mean?
So your experience in Toronto is totally different.
Yeah, it's different for me. You know, and mind you, I know all the guys, guys in Toronto. You know what I mean? Shout out all the homies. You know, but you know, Ottawa's like the city that raised me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
is it similar to Toronto in that? I've never been over there.
No.
As far as like culturally?
It's a
or-
government city. So
Okay.
it's very, you know, very controlled, very tight. Cops on every corner. Like, you know, it's like that type of thing. So it's a hard place, man, to come out of. For real.
How'd your family end up in Ottawa?
How'd they end up what?
In Ottawa. What was the family journey?
Oh, it was we immigrated, man. We immigrated from the Middle East by way of Jordan.
Okay.
My family's Palestinian. But we were in Jordan at the time, and then we came over from there. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so we back. We're about to finish up the compound butter. Rory MAL had a job interview to get to. They'll be back in a little bit. So with this right here, this is gonna go on top of the lamb when the lamb is done. We gotta start cooking this right here. And we're about to make a yogurt, a garlic, lemon, minted yogurt that's gonna go along with the lamb as well. So yeah, we about to get to it right now. Are you ready?
Let's get her going.
Hold on. Yeah, crush the garlic in your bowl.
time. It is time.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what you're getting excited for.
Yeah, man, I'm just,
He's gonna live vicariously through us.
yeah,
right?
I have to.
Oh no, you got the falafel though. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
What's some of like your earliest family food memories of what was being cooked in the house?
I think in Middle Eastern families, we love to do huge dinners and even breakfasts. Getting crazy. So I think like hummus with hummus, falafel. We got something called fool, which is like fava beans. I think those are like my earliest memories were like the different cheeses that we got, all that. Like the breakfast be like feasts, you know what I mean? And dinners, like that's a whole other thing. But I think like the breakfast was really dope when all my aunts and my uncles would get together and just make a crazy feast, and the families would get together early in the morning and just eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, bro, come on, man. Let me know. Let me know if it's that deal.
No, I gotta get it with the yogurt too. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's quick for it.
I ain't gotta share none of my falafel. That's the good part. No, that's the one. That's it?
That's the one.
It looked like it.
That's the one.
Thank you, bro.
It's a restaurant. It's restaurant shit. You gotta open a spot.
Thank you, bro.
Open bellies?
Where the name Belly came from?
Honestly, man, I've been lying my whole life. I just like make up shit all the time. I swear, I just lied like in different interviews and people just started.
For it?
Yeah, like really, I think the way it really happened was I used to call myself Big Boy.
Okay.
And then that was when I was mad young, right? So as soon as Outkast popped off and went crazy, I was like, I can't call myself that.
Right.
The next obvious name to me was Belly.
Okay.
I think that's how it came, honestly.
Yeah, artists try to come up with some cool backstory of,
You know,
it's encrypted and has this deep meaning on the other side. Like, nah, man, I had a belly and I was like, yo, I'm gonna be Belly.
word, but it was before the movie. I say that.
Right.
I was Belly before the movie came out. Shout out to Hype, but you know.
That's important to state that though.
Because a lot of people ask me if I named myself after the movie, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I was Belly before that.
But that was from a music perspective at that point, or just a nickname in the neighborhood?
And all that, because I was, as far back as I can remember,
Always wanted to be a
I was rapping, nah, for real. But I was rapping and like freestyling and all that shit, you know? Even when we were mixed up in street shit, I was rapping and, you know what I mean? Like we would meet up with people and put 5-10 grand on the line and be like, yo, go ahead, battle them. See what you know what I mean? And Sal would pull up bundles of cash and shit and be like, go ahead, battle them. Let's see what you can do. Like it was that type of thing for me ever since I was 12 or 13 years old, you know what I mean? So it's always been in there.
Right.
You know, I never had to be like, oh, Belly's my stage name or that's my street name. It was always mixed. It was just the same thing, you know? Yeah.
When did that start to form into making actual records outside of just battling? Especially because you have two different sides of your pen as far as how you approach music.
Yeah, your
that
pen
are
is
drastically different.
Yeah, because you can write beautiful R&B records. And then you can write some super hard, lyrical rap. You know what I'm saying? It's like, is there a certain thing you go through from a creative standpoint where it's like you got to be in a certain mindset to write R&B versus writing rap? Or is it just like you can turn it off and on whenever you want?
To be honest with you, like, first of all, we were talking about this earlier. It's like the multi-faceted human, right? It's like, yeah, there were certain things I had to do. I know how to talk about those things because I had to do them. So I experienced it. I know about certain details that unless you were in that situation, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't even know how to
so you could talk vaguely about the situation, but then when someone starts describing details and you're like, oh shit, there's,
You had to live that.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right.
But not to say that with the R&B shit, you didn't have to live that neither.
Right.
Nobody could be like, yo, my whole life, man, you know. Nah, bro. Like all of us had moments where you had to tell somebody, yo, I love you. Yo, thank you. You held me down. So what? So for me, I turned that into a song because that's my easiest way to express myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even with this type of shit, it's like, if there wasn't a level of comfort, we in my house and we all like me expressing myself openly in these environments is it's not easy for me. That's something I had to really overcome hurdles to be able to do this, right? So music was always my expressive form. So whether I was talking about love, heartbreak, the streets, drug shit, I've seen it. I've seen all that shit. You know, I've had homies disappear and it made me write songs that were sad, that made me like almost want to honor them, honor their memories, and I would write songs. So every scenario in my life always gave me an what's it called? Outlet, right? But doesn't mean every expression that I wrote or everything that I wrote had to go through me as the vessel. You know, some shit, it wasn't supposed to be me expressing it. So I would write it and it would be something beautiful, but somebody else could probably carry it way further than I could. So that's really how, you know, the writing thing came about. But I write about everything, bro. I don't shy away from shit.
As far as the more personal stuff, though, obviously have kept that more in the raps. I feel like talking more on the depression side of things and then kind of disappearing in the way you have as a rap artist and as a writer has been super interesting to me, because I feel like, and in no way do I want to say that mental health has become like the new trendy thing to talk about, because I think that is great. I think it should be talked about all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. Back
back when you were just saying of, with the street stuff, you could identify with certain people like, oh, I know when you're really going through something and when you didn't. I feel like a lot of the mental health stuff has kind of become put on Front Street as a look at me type of way in so many cases. You have talked about depression and disappeared the fuck away from everything. Like, I don't even want to talk about this type of shit.
Yeah.
Was that on purpose, where you didn't even want to be seen or interview or talk to or become kind of this public figure? Because I mean, of course you rub shoulders with pretty high artists that you could be looked at in photos with or at events with or be on tour with. Was this disappearing act intentional for a marketing thing or more of a, no, this is really, I want y'all to leave me the fuck alone?
Well, I wish I could tell you it was on some calculated marketing shit. I really do, you know what I mean? But it was a combination of shit that happened to me at that time. You know, getting jumped at that festival. Things that just happened like around that time, just a lot of personal
What
shit.
happened with that? Like, what was that about?
Yeah, I never even got the
Honestly,
backstory
man,
of that.
like, you know, God bless. I'm gonna be back at Coachella next year.
Right,
You know, we
Everything's
we hashed
squared away.
out hashed out our differences and everything. I don't want to get into the past, you know what I'm saying? But in general, like, just after, it was a lot of incidents like that. That one just happened to be in the public eye,
Okay,
right?
got you.
But there was a lot of incidents that happened around that time that felt just as impactful to me as that. And I just, like, you know, I felt like there was a pattern going on of like, why is this negative shit keep creeping into my life? You know? I was like, I gotta check
You
myself.
gotta change something.
Yeah, some about my frequency is wrong, right? And I always tell people, like, yeah, I believe in like being able to manifest and put a signal out there and receive something. I believe in that, but if your satellite, if your antenna is broken, right, you ain't sending shit out. You're not receiving nothing,
Right.
right? And that's the phase that I felt like I was in. It's like, yo, I gotta go sit down and fix myself, because a lot of crazy negative shit. It's either a lot of negative shit's happening to me, or that's all I could focus on. Which either way,
It's bad.
this is a bad thing. You know. So I went, sat my ass down, and focused. And honestly, like, just again to say, like, I wish it was a marketing thing. I really do, because that shit put me in debt. I didn't work for 3 years. Right. So, you know, God bless, I had family and guys that respect me in certain ways, that I was still getting work and behind the scenes situations, right? But for as much for the income I was doing, you know what I mean, before, like, that shit just, I just said, I'm done, and I had to just live off what I had for, you know, for 3, almost 4 years or whatever. That I was really just turning down mad shit, not, you know, I just didn't want to be out there. And I think like there was like an ideology that changed inside of me, where I was like positive my whole life about certain shit, being like, yo, you know, you do good, you get good, and this, that. And then all this whack shit happened to me. And I'm like, whoa, wait.
What the fuck is going on?
If I did all this good, why is this happening to me?
Right.
And I had to really sit down, and until I figured that out and I knew my answer, like I couldn't come back to this shit, bro. I lost mad weight. Y'all remember that, right? I was like I championed that journey. I gained all of it back.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like back up to even more, like 315, 320 pounds.
Right.
I was just out the public eye completely. You know, physically I wasn't there, mentally I wasn't there, and spiritually, especially I wasn't there. I just literally, man, I just sat down and just got myself back. It was times that I didn't know I was gonna make music again. I really didn't. I was like, fuck it, you know, like maybe this is it. The end of the road is here. Like it's cool. I gotta find a way to live with that, you know? And God bless, man, everything just came back around. As soon as I was just on some let it go shit, everything came back around.
Yeah, I mean, we're usually the last to know about ourselves when it comes to that type of stuff.
100%.
What were some of the things you realized about yourself? Did you think maybe you were thinking positive things that weren't necessarily positive? They were more perceived positive, or a fake positivity to some degree?
Yeah.
Because that deems.
I love that you said that.
That deems a lot of negativity. I've been through that where I'm like, oh, I think I'm living right, and it's like, oh wait, all right, let me take a step back.
Yeah.
I'm living what I think is correct, and it's not the right way.
Exactly.
And again, you always the last to know.
And experience will teach you sometimes, right? So like you
best
really
teacher.
have an ideology about something, or like an idea that something's supposed to go this way, and experience will show you a few times that, yo, get this out of your head, something different is going on. And I think it's mad funny to me, because I looked at all this shit in a completely different way. Every single time that I went through something, I was just like, oh, this is just what I do, you know? I'm just a self-destructive person. I destroy myself to build myself back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And God bless, I got lifelong friends, 20 years plus, you know, that look out for me and, you know, make sure. So I was always in that. But this time, what felt different to me was like, it was like my abilities were gone. My you know, the things that I consider superpowers to me were gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? And learning about myself in that situation was the purest time, because I didn't have that thing that I could walk into a room and be like, huh, who want to write a 16? I didn't have that no more. Right. I had, to me, nothing. That's all I had. So it's like, what do I build from here? How do I make this without that something?
Right.
And that's what I built from, bro. I really had to build up from like that kill the ego shit. Kill that like rapper that you've been since you were 12. Right? Fuck all that shit. And now let's get to belly to human, right? And then once I came down, I was like, yo, yeah, that fake positive shit you talking about, I know exactly what it is. You know what it is? It's when people think that fierceness isn't necessary, right? It's like, no, I had to learn, being positive doesn't mean you can't turn the fuck up and be angry and aggressive sometimes. No,
It's a feeling.
as long as the intent is positive, right? What if you're breaking through a wall to save some people, you're doing something positive,
Absolutely.
but you're still aggressive
channeling
and fierce.
energy differently.
I had to learn all that, because I was always thinking like, oh, positive, nah, fuck that. I had to get fierce again. I had to find a fucking lion inside of me again, that beast. And again, I had to relearn everything. I feel like it was like riding a bike, and then you just didn't know how to ride a bike no more.
Or you did, you just riding it wrong the entire time.
Yeah.
You was riding on the handlebars the whole time. It's like, all right, let me control this shit.
Didn't realize the training wheels were still on. You know?
It's funny you brought up superpowers, and I know you were talking directly about your skill set, but I feel like even as men, we think we have these superpowers of like avoidance. Like I could avoid all negative shit. I could go away from this. I got the power to just move on and get the fuck out. That's not really a superpower.
No.
Like you sometimes need to face negativity rather than avoid it. Like I've always thought avoidance was such a positive characteristic that I had. I'm like,
men, we have a hard time.
I'm just not confronting shit.
Yeah, we have a hard time, like just with our emotions as men. We have a hard time. We just usually we're either upset or happy, and we don't understand the stuff in between it. You know what I'm saying? Either we're great or it's like fuck everybody. You know what I mean? I think that we have, as men, whether you're a rapper or whatever, you just have to understand, like, it's okay for me to feel these emotions and be sad and cry and, You know what I'm saying? You can be vulnerable. As men, we can be vulnerable. Like, you can be a rapper and be vulnerable. That doesn't mean you're not a dope rapper. Doesn't mean you're not a dope artist, a dope writer.
I think you're doper if you're
and when you tap into those emotions and that vulnerability, I think that's where, you know, a lot of times, you know, we just lash out and do dumb shit because we don't know how to be vulnerable. We so busy trying to be macho and everything's good. I got everything under control. Nigga, no, you don't. Everything is burning around you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything is going up in flames. Like, nothing is under control. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. 100%. It's okay to recognize that and say, okay, I need to like refocus, find that fire, like you said, find that inner me and stay in that and then move forward and create. Now your mind is open to other things, to let things in, to receive blessings and to put blessings out into the world.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you know, even on the show, like when the first time we spoke about you, you know what I mean? That was literally me because the night before, I remember I just fall into these rabbit holes on YouTube and I fell into a rabbit hole of Belly. And I'm like, I'm just looking at the visuals and I'm listening to the music and the lyrics and I'm like, what's up with Belly? Like, where is he at? Because it's like, when you're an artist, right? I just feel like people should always just know or see what you got going on because to me, you're that type of an artist. Like, you're just super dope.
Thank you.
So when I fell into this rabbit hole, I looked up and I was like, damn, it's been a while since Belly put something out. And then when we did the show, that's when I brought it up. I was like, yo, listen, man, you know, because I started seeing a couple interviews. And I know you were dealing with, you know, depression, mental health thing. And I was just like, we had never met, and you can attest to this. We didn't know each other at the time. And I was just like, yo, listen, man, as a fan, somebody that just knows a person that's like-minded and I can tell he's from that type of cloth, I just hope that he's good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even about the music. I'm like, yo, whatever Belly's doing, I hope he's good. I hope he's happy. I hope he's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? And that was a real thing because it was literally the night before. I was on YouTube for 2 hours just watching his shit. And I'm like, yo, where's Belly at? Like, what are you doing? What do you got going on?
That's incredible, man. Because like the timing of shit like that, it shows you like when people are really tuned in because the timing of that was perfect. Because it was like me coming out of some crazy shit. Right. And then actually seeing people check for me and shit. I was like, oh shit, maybe I was wrong about me against the world, Tupac type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe, you know, there's people out here checking for me, there's people that love me. I had to really look around and be like, yo, I really got a good support system. You know what I mean?
Ego and arrogance too. That mentality of me against the world or people don't fuck with me, like if you strip that ego and you realize there are people that really care for you, it changes things drastically. Like,
and I feel like we push them type of people away, especially when you have a self-destructive personality. You're gonna push them type of people away as much as you can because you don't want them to give you that, right? Even that energy that they give you, it's almost like subconsciously you're getting away from that. Like you don't even want to feel that love, right?
It's an addiction to chaos and it's insecurity in the sense of like, why would you even love me type of thing. It's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Sometimes it's you know, it's all them things. So really just learning that I had a bunch of whack behaviors, you know, and
being honest with yourself.
Not for real. And it's just there's a lot of you know, and I was never flawed in the way of, you know, crossing people.
Yeah, your character was just
you know what I'm saying? It was in my character. It was just things about the way I carried myself and did certain shit in my life that I was like, yo, this isn't.
It's not beneficial.
You know, and you go through a point where your brain just be on autopilot, right? So it's like these are just the natural responses now until you stop and you like, yo, hold up, let me cut this shit off right now, like a fucking tumor. Let me cut this shit off and sit down and start from zero. And that's why I always refer to the Phoenix. You know, you guys, you're right. And even in my music and my interviews and shit, because that's what I always think back to. It's like, this is a mythical bird, doesn't exist. Right. The Phoenix, it's not like I'm like the eagle, you know what I mean? It's like, this shit does not exist.
It doesn't exist, right.
But just the analogy of everything of it is so beautiful. It's like, you know, it had to rise from the ashes, right, to become again. And I feel like as humans, we go through that so much, right? Throughout your life, you're not just gonna be rising. You're gonna have pitfalls and places where you're gonna have to stop and reassess yourself. And I feel like the people that are in tune are the people that upgrade the program. And the people that stay stagnant and have glitches and the system don't load as fast. They still trying to run on them old programs. You gotta upgrade. And that's honestly, them 3 years that you guys are talking about, that's really what I did. I had to just upgrade my mind and upgrade You know, I was telling y'all earlier, hard liquor, cut it out. Hard drugs, cut it out.
Right.
Psychedelics saved my life, right? The closest I go to drinking anything now is just white wine.
Right.
I eat some food and drink some white wine. Like, I really had to just think from a clear mind.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? And that's where we at now.
How much of that do you because again, congrats on your engagement. How much of that do you attest to having a strong woman by your side?
That's everything.
Because, you know, in our culture, we think it's fly to have a bunch of women. And, you know, it's kind of like, we don't realize that it's draining energy. That's a real thing. Where you got to entertain a bunch of different women. And it's a draining energy thing. And
Swapping crazy energies too.
yeah, and when you have one woman that you really tap into and that you really, you know, I think we need to talk about that more just as men, like how important that is. Like it's fly. I think it's super fly to have one woman.
No, me too.
That you just like, this is my best friend. You know
it's like you can't, look, if we're gonna be like, yo, I'm a real one, yo, you know, you shouldn't even be saying that. But if you want people to consider you a real one, right? You gotta go by what you go by with everybody. You can't be like, yo, I'm loyal to my dogs, but I'm a dog to my girl. Like,
Loyal to my dog, but a dog to my girl.
You know what I'm saying? You really can't be like that. You gotta be like, yo, I stand on loyalty. I'm loyal to everybody I love in my life. Everybody. Right. So me, I would not commit to my fiance right now. I would have never committed the way I did it. Even the last few years, the way I committed, I stay loyal. If I commit, I'm gonna tell you, yo, that's it, yo, it's one-on-one. It's me and you.
Yeah.
Loyal. I'm loyal. I got no shame in saying that. People try to make it this big thing. There's phases for everything.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Go through what you want to go through. But the day that you find somebody like, when I found Dina, you find somebody like that, she was a big part of me, like being able to look in the mirror and realize what was going on. She was like, you know, coming from a doctor standpoint, she'd be like, yo, you know, if you do this for 10 years, you know, your liver function will be down to something. I'm like, shit, like, you know what I mean? And she was never the type to like, trying to force shit on me. She would just like, give me, she knew I was smart enough to give him the information and he gonna know what to do with it. And she would just give me that. I give her, man, the majority of what I came through was because I had her. She was my fucking, you know, my saving grace in a lot of those moments. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because even outside of just the physical stuff with your health, there's only certain things women can tell you. And vice versa. There's only things men can tell women and women can tell men. Like, you need that woman perspective and that friend partner in those types of times. Because we only see shit through our male lens to some degree. So your friends can only take you so far through your brain capacity of looking at something with a point of view. Women look at this shit differently, and you need that point of view through a lot of shit, especially with your friends too. Like, I feel your friends, they have your best interest, but you guys are all looking at this the same way.
Same way, yeah. You need that woman lens, and especially a good woman. You know what I mean? And we was talking, and I attribute a lot of loyalty, like you said. You know, I see a lot of my homies, you know, they lady, and it's like, yo, but you out here doing your lady so dirty. And it's like I told you, I look at that a different way. Like, if you could cheat on your woman, I feel like you could snitch on your homie. That's just me. That's the way I think. Like, if you're not loyal to your lady, you can't be loyal to your homies.
Look, I feel you on the point, because the point that you're making is you got to stand on it. Whatever the fuck it is, stand on it. You're gonna say loyalty?
It doesn't change.
It doesn't change because the person changed. Like, fuck out of here. If you're gonna be like, yo, I hold you down. Bruh, you could be as close as you want to your dogs or whatever the fuck, right? We all believe in energy and frequency, and you know. You waking up and sleeping beside another human, another force, right? And you waking up and sleeping beside this person every day. This person has your best interests at heart. This person's trying to make you a better person and all this. They deserve your loyalty. If not first, just as much. Right?
Yeah. But a lot of that comes from shit. And it's not a crutch, it's not an excuse by any means at all. A lot of that shit comes from unlearning as we were kids. Because we was always taught, be loyal to your friends, your guys, that's always. Be loyal to your girl, but it's okay to cheat. it's okay to have other women around. Like as long as you're treating her well, as long as she's publicly looking alright,
It's crazy,
you're fine.
right? It's
But that was a simple
right.
mentality, super simple
You're
mentality.
absolutely right.
Like always loyal to your
absolutely right,
dudes. Just don't embarrass your girl in public, and you good. Like cheating's not really loyalty. You can hold her down without cheating. That's just something we were all. I don't even care what your culture is. That's a across the board male thing to some degree.
I just couldn't, man. I feel like when you actually like get with that person that you in tune with, and you guys are really, really vibrating at that same frequency, like I can't even look at other women the same. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird to me. Like I'm just like, I can't do my dog like that. That's my role. I can't do that. Like that's flaw. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like I wouldn't do that to my best friends that I grew up with and all that. I wouldn't do that to them, and I'm not gonna do that to
my lady.
This my forget lady. That's my
Everything.
road dog. Like you know what I mean? I'm not doing that shit.
And most
man.
of the
Fuck all
times,
that.
your male friends are doing you dirty, and your girl's chilling, holding you down.
No, your girl will tell you like, I don't think he's your friend. Like I see the way he look at you, and he can look at you with a little hateful eye. Like the women always see things from an angle we would never be able to see things from.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So when you find a good one, obviously you know it's just you gotta hold her forever, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You gotta hold her forever.
It's just like I said, man. If you can look at the start of a relationship, year 1, and then we about to be in year 5, and you look at that time and you be like, yo, how much growth did I experience? Like I could really pull up pictures from 5 years ago with fucking shrooms hanging out of my mouth in the desert, lost up for 4 days, sweat,
looking crazy,
and I don't even remember the pictures. Like, when did this happen? You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. I'm happy I did it. I'm happy I went through it, and I got the pictures to prove it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the growth since then till now, I feel much better, bro. I'm more secure in every single angle of my life. And it's like things I did for myself or things that she did indirectly all ended up to me growing and becoming a better person, a better man. So, that should always be the greatest experience to me.
That's dope. Where are you at with the kid conversation and where you see that? Because that's the next step of the maturity, I feel like, and a whole different part of your brain. Once you figure out the wife thing and can get through how you was raised and become a better person in that capacity, that next step is like, all right, my wife is an adult and can understand my actions. This kid is gonna be, brain is gonna be a sponge. Every last thing I do is gonna affect this kid. That's a terrifying thought to me.
Oh no, I keep that shit in mind.
Like I'm terrified by that.
I really keep all that shit in mind. And you know what? Like, I'm glad that, me and my fiance come from different sides of shit, right? I'm happy because it's like the kids that God willing that we could have one day are gonna have balanced type of thinking. They're gonna have, me telling them certain stories that she can't tell and her telling them stories that I can't tell, which is, some that is incredible. And I just really, whatever happens, man. Like we don't really, and the thing is like, she's so cool about shit that we don't really even talk about these things. Everything that's happened for us in a good way has just happened naturally. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
And we've never had to be like, yo, this is what we gotta do. Like never. That's why she was shocked when I proposed to her. 'Cause she was like, we didn't have to do all this. You could just gave me the ring.
At the house and the crib.
That's one of the first things she said to me. She's like, yo, this is crazy. You could have just gave me the ring. I was like, yo, that's why I married you. That's why I do all this shit. You know what I mean?
That's fire, man.
Yeah.
That's fire. Happy for you, man. I could tell that was something that, was beneficial to you in a way, way deeper than you probably even recognize right now. Like, I know she obviously is, like you said, she's the reason for a lot of your...
More growth on the way.
Yeah, but I think it's deeper than you even know yet.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta experience it more to be like, damn, she's the reason.
Really like
And I think in our culture, man, in hip hop and coming from the neighborhoods we come from, I think it's important for us to really, it's okay to have one lady, man. It's okay to be loyal to your lady.
I like that shit so much more, bro, than
I think
any
that
other
shifted
experience.
in pop culture, at least. I mean, obviously probably not as quick in the neighborhood that it has, but I think within if we're talking hip hop to some degree, that's changed drastically. Like
I
now,
said, man,
now it's cool to do that shit. When I was growing up, that was the most uncool shit in the world.
Everything got some era that is necessary for, right?
But either way, kids, don't look at rappers for your example of how to live.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't want to make this that type of thing.
They're human too. They're human too.
Nah, but yeah, man, it comes back to experience, man. You're gonna experience everything in life that's gonna bring you to that person, but you have to experience shit.
Right.
So don't go sit there and be like, oh, I gotta be loyal to this one person. Like, nah, make sure that's the right person to be loyal to.
Yeah.
Being loyal to the wrong person is worse than all that shit we was just talking about, cheating and all that shit.
Yeah.
If you're loyal to the wrong person.
When you're loyal to the wrong person, that's what
make sure
starts the cheating.
You find that right person, be loyal to that person, man.
Right.
But I mean, it's going to take a lot of failure to get to that right person.
Exactly.
But I know he's talking about, your Palestinian culture and the Palestinian food. Obviously something that's not new at all, but still somewhat of a very, very big global event. Sensitive on both sides with the Palestinian and Israel conflict that's happening now. I can speak personally that I'm not even fully aware of everything that happens on both sides, and even the full history of what it is, how much it affects both cultures. How has that been affecting you probably your entire life, but as of recent as well?
I mean, it's obviously hard to see. I mean, no matter what country it is, right? It's hard to see civilians, kids die and stuff like that. It's hard to see that shit no matter where it happens, But especially for me, being from there, it obviously hits, a different type of
connection.
Yeah, it's got a different type of connection for me. Mm-hmm. But I will say, man, like I think a lot of people are getting things misconstrued in terms of support for Palestine. Like my support doesn't mean that I hate anybody. Right. And I think it's not like, I'm sure there's people that could speak on it so much better than me. I just happen to be Palestinian and know, some of the details, but there's people that can speak on it much better than me. I just know that you got one side that's, oppressed, man. Like you don't need to, you could watch anything you want or, read stuff from Amnesty International, whoever you want, you're gonna see there's a side that's oppressed. That doesn't come down to the people. It doesn't come down to me hating people. It comes down to government policy, crooked politicians, corrupt governments, and right-wing administrations, right? To me. So somebody else might have a different opinion. To me, that's where it comes from, right? You change that, you change the regime, then you have a chance to change everything else. As long as you have these type of tyrants, in power,
Position,
you're gonna continue to see the same thing you're seeing. Right? If we want real change, we gotta commit to real change. And those type of guys need to be out of office, and we need to really work towards a future that we can integrate and be happy, all of us in one place. You know what I mean? But in the way it is, and the policies and the way they're run, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that there's equal rights or even human rights a lot of times for Palestinians. That's what it comes down to me. So I don't want to get into the politics of it. I'm not a politician, but
human
I'm gonna just say, man, it always comes down to the politicians make some crazy decisions and the people suffer.
The only expense is the people.
Exactly. So again, this has nothing to do with people, me hating nobody. This is me loving my people. And hoping for change, man, hoping for better for everybody. You
still have a lot of family over there?
Yeah, absolutely.
I seen some of the posts, some of the protesters and the people that were over there. They were holding up signs of some of your lyrics. And some of your words. And I know for you that had to like shake you and like really touch you in a different way. In that moment that they would attach some of your words to the fight and the injustice that they were suffering and going through, like that has to, on a human level, just shake you differently.
I mean, of course, man, like that hits me, man. You know what I mean? And I think it makes me emotional a lot of times. But I always knew that I was part of
Something bigger,
speaking those words. I always knew I was part of like a righteous resistance. Because I'm not for any type of civilians dying. I'm not for none of that, right? I'm just for somebody that preaches that we should have the power as people to change whatever the fuck we want. And governments and these fucking powers that be, that's who the real problems are. And I want the people to understand that we could find a solution. We don't need them to sit down in some camp to figure out the solution.
We can do it ourselves.
We'll figure it out. Let us figure it out and just get evil motherfuckers out of power. And we the people have that power to do that. And that's what I always preach, man. You know what I mean? I love everybody. I'm gonna always have love for everybody. I don't want to see no innocent person die, period. I don't want to see nobody die, honestly, period. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see like an equal future for everybody. Equal chances, equal opportunity, and equal quality of life. That's it, man. I think that's basic. Nobody's asking for thrones and, and castles.
At the core of it, you just want people to be good. Just be a good person. Like, I think at the core of everything, like, you know, I tell people, no matter what happens, just be a good person. I think if everybody walks around with that, like, I could be having a shitty day, but if I'm just a good person, I think I've done my part.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Shit adds up.
I agree with you, bro. I think just being a decent human being, just wake up. I try to do something for somebody every day, bro. I really do. If I'm driving and I see somebody that looks like they're down and out, going through something, I'm gonna always try to offer some kind of help to them. Whatever it could be, whatever I could do, I'm gonna always try to offer that help, you know? And I do that on a daily basis. And it's not like I'm doing it to be like, yo, on my story and all this. And it's like, nah, bro, like I really want somebody to really feel good. Like, yo, I pull up to the fruit stand. The other day I pulled on my block. It was a fruit stand. I bought the whole fruit stand. I was like, how much for the whole fruit? He's like, what do you mean the whole fruit stand? Like, every case of this, yeah, give me the whole fruit stand. He's like, all right, cool. Gave me the number. I gave him the money. And then left the fruit. I took one case of mangoes with me. And I left all the fruit. I was just like, sell the fruit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna find, I know driving around the city doing dumb errands and shit, I'm gonna find something or somebody or whatever. That to me is like as good as probably better than receiving.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because you get to a point in life where like you've kind of received, especially God bless, man, I've been blessed to receive things that I never thought I would get to in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, yeah, I always knew. Nah, bro, there's some things that I've gotten to in my life that I'm like, how? Is this real? There's no way. Me? Like I've had those moments. I'm not, you know what I mean? And I feel like if we're blessed enough to have that and have that type of life, it's like, yo, bro, whatever. You
gotta pass it on.
Whatever I could turn around and do. The smallest shit sometimes, bro, be the biggest shit to somebody else, bro.
Especially when you were there and you weren't able, and now you able. It's like, all right,
But I used to pump gas in the cold.
This break room.
I really used to pump gas in the cold. One of my first jobs, I worked at a gas station. Pump gas in the cold. Canada. 3 feet of snow.
Different cold up there.
You know? And people will come, and I'm working the graveyard shift. So people are pulling up, I'm coming out, pumping gas. No tip. I'm like, yo, you guys are fucking crazy. Like, I'm out here in sub-zero weather. Y'all don't got a fucking a dollar? Like something, bro. I'm out here until it's 8 in the morning. Y'all don't got nothing for me. I learned. So that's why now I'm like, if I'm in that position, I pull up, somebody pumps my gas, you getting $100, bro. I'm gonna make you smile all day. Because nobody did that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said something in our video about my karma is beautiful. And that was just, you know, because I know I'm conscious of stuff like that. Like I make sure that any interaction I have with somebody is always a positive interaction. You know what I'm saying? It's because I believe what you put out comes back. You know what I mean? That's a real thing to me. Like you do good things, it's gonna come back. Somebody somewhere is gonna always remember like he's a good guy. You know what I mean? Like it's something like no matter what it is. If you're a good person, you could have $1 billion and be a shitty person. Like people just despise being in the room with you because the way you make them feel, you know what I mean? But when you're a good person, people will go above and beyond for you. And me saying my karma is beautiful was just that. I can be broke. I can be financially, have zero in my bank account. But if my karma, my energy is beautiful, I'm one of the wealthiest men on the planet.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I believe that.
I agree with you 100% on that. Mm-hmm. That shit had, bro, that's really wealth, is being true, so true to yourself that you're just like, yo, okay, good, I'm cool. Mm-hmm. The ego's dead, the pride is dead.
Yeah.
Let me take a breath and now I know me. That's the realest feeling on earth, bro.
Absolutely.
Especially if you believe that this isn't just it. Earth is not just it. There is another place where money is not gonna matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
How you
matter
treat
now,
people.
honestly.
And honestly, the realest shit I ever heard was, you know they say, I heard this quote, I'm probably gonna butcher the quote right now, but happiness will bring you money faster than money will bring you happiness. Mm-hmm. Right? So like if you're actually genuinely happy on the inside and your vibes are good, and money's what you want, the money will find itself to you.
Yeah.
It'll find its way to you, right? But if you fucking angry all the time, bitter and shit like that shit will literally repel to you like two magnets, bro.
Absolutely.
That shit is getting away from you.
Money
you know
will make you more bitter.
Absolutely.
So I feel you, man. Like until you're rich on the inside,
right,
it's hard to be rich money-wise, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's hard to be rich in that way if you're not rich in this way already.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into some music, man. Let's go to the studio. And really catch some vibes in the new.
Those are actually lyrics from the album, guys. So you've heard the entire thing. Yeah, it's an interactive interview.
It's the first music video. Yeah.
That's right, guys. Let's
Genius
go.
is gonna put all the lyrics right here.
He's nervous. He's nervous.
What's going on? COVID. Nah, I get it. COVID.
Peace.
It's cool.
You look way too much weight for
What's going
yourself,
on?
family. All right, how you doing, man?
What's going on?
Peace, God.
Is a chair?
Yeah, man.
Nah, I love beanbags. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man.
It's great. You got the belly and everything.
Exactly, man.
How you doing, man? Heard you was looking for a manager.
I'm not.
Oh, well. You haven't met us yet.
You heard that I was looking for him? Would you hear that?
Streets were saying that you need a manager.
She's just watching.
And I mean,
Yeah.
us, that's our expertise. That's just what we do.
Come on, man.
Anyways,
We're here to enhance this
leave me
thing,
right
man.
there.
Yeah, come on, man. What y'all gotta say for real? What's up?
Listen, right now, I know you signed to EXO. Time for your own label. Hugs and kisses.
Come on. Come on.
What
we doing?
EXO.
What we doing? Huh?
No? All right, he don't see the video.
Come on, give him some more, man.
Listen, man, the Lils right now, going crazy.
We've researched this thing.
Lil Belly. No?
Nah,
You're not feeling Lil Belly?
What about Da Belly?
Who told y'all to come?
The door was open.
Yeah.
Just open?
Smelled the kush. It's an inviting scent.
Notice, man, no TikTok dances. No TikTok.
None.
Come on, man. We need to get some of these. Come on, take my top,
I know you like this.
Come on, no, rap. I'll show you the dance. Come on, spit.
He ain't feeling that shit. I told you he wasn't gonna
I'm good, man. I'm cool.
told you he
Man.
wasn't gonna feel this shit. About to
You
get
look like
fucked
air
up
traffic
in
control, bro.
his man. Kick this shit, man.
He gonna be behind me the whole time.
Don't look at him.
The whole time he'll be behind
Just
me?
don't make eye contact, and everything will be all right.
I'm gonna put myself in.
Listen to me. Just don't make eye contact, and everything will be okay.
Fuck, bro.
Listen, all right. He think we just managers.
He don't see the vision.
A&R too,
Yeah.
right?
Come on.
Listen to some of your music. I know, I'm sure you run into all this typical A&Rs. I think outside the box.
That's what we do.
Let's listen to your
Let me
music.
hear it.
That's
Let
what
me
we
hear
do.
it.
I said, yo, I heard one of your hooks. I said, Drake hook.
Come on now.
Put Drake on the album.
Come on.
First single,
Come on.
Drake.
We know him. We know him.
Never heard that.
We know him. What you trying to do? I'm trying to go here. Up.
This girl I just DM'd on IG
Come on, man.
knows Metro Boomin. They follow each other.
Come on.
It's easy.
The Metro.
Well, she didn't reply back to my DM.
Yeah,
but like when she do,
She
I
ready.
be like, yo,
Right.
plug
See.
Belly with Metro.
Yeah. We
Talking
can
about-
make it happen for you.
Come on, I'm a mover and shaker. I'm a mover and shaker. Come on, you know.
Yeah.
He's not feeling
I
it.
shake and I move.
Yeah, but look at his
Don't
eyes.
reach for me like that.
He's not feeling
Oh no, I was just, nah, you look good.
I feel you.
So,
Don't
we
do
about
that.
to get hurt in here.
Thank you.
Kick this shit.
nah, it's love. It's love. You ever thought about working with Beyonce? That probably never even crossed your brain.
Look, man.
He don't even look like the type that let it go there. It ain't gonna even like set in yet that he should put B on the hook. Like, he ain't gonna even go. That's what we come in at to do our thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
Joint album with The Weeknd.
Come on now.
Watch The Week.
Come on now.
Nah.
Come on.
Get the fuck out.
I think we should go.
Both of y'all need to get the fuck out.
It's, you know what?
No.
You know my
I'm
Uber's
not.
outside anyways. It's crazy. I'm glad you said that.
Y'all need to get the fuck out.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. You need anything at the store?
I'll bring it back. I'll walk back.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
No, don't.
Nah, but it's all love,
Protein
God.
shake?
Don't come back.
All right.
Cool.
I told you.
I like your shirt.
Yeah, but they wasn't feeling the shit you was saying, bro.
When I was young, I made myself a promise. I said only trust yourself, nobody else is honest. Pay me dollars, not homage, I'm sick of being modest. Ironic, blessings came from something so demonic. I got $1 million in diamonds inside the ultrasonic. Polish, the flow iconic, still I'm so neurotic. I treat my product like narcotics, it's economics. Every stream like a fiend, I wanna try the chronic. Big dipper, still tipping out of town strippers. I bet these hoes go down quicker than brown liquor. In my city at night, watching the lights flicker. I'm getting high in the sky villa, my eyes swell up. I'm telling time on a sky dweller. I keep my heart in the wine cellar, I try to tell them. Thoughts of you give my body chills, my only pleasure.